Oh, come on, come on. I think you guys could do better. Do we have some Supernatural fans? That's better, that's better. All right, I think you guys know who we have backstage. A very, very special guest here for Sunday at Kansas City's Planet ComiCon. But before we get started, we just have a few reminders. Kind of, just we want to make sure everybody stays safe for our Comic-Con, and we want people to have fun. But please, folks, we want to follow city ordinances. Go ahead and keep those masks on. And in here, in the panel hall, no open food or drink containers, all right? And check out our program. We got a lot of great talent in here today in the main panel rooms. We got smaller panel rooms down the hall with a lot of great panels. And get out there on that show floor and visit some of our vendors. They are, whatever you're into, toys, comics, games, original art, it is out there. And I heard, this is what a little birdie told me, there's some great deals on Sunday that you can have, as these dealers, they don't want to be carting this stuff back home, some of them, so they might be, deal with you. And also visit Celebrity Row, okay? The celebrities that are up here, they're in Celebrity Row, and they love meet and greet with their fans, signing autographs, they love answering your questions and taking photos, so be sure and do that. And also, this is part of the con, okay? We have adorable kitties and doggies on these screens to the left and right of me. They are available for adoption through Unleashed and through the Humane Society. So be sure to check that out. And finally, one last bit of cooperation. We know you fans are so great, and we really appreciate it. Hey, why don't you guys give yourselves some applause here for showing up on Sunday. We are so happy that you're here at Kansas City's Planet ComiCon. You guys are really the reason, absolutely, we're here to do this for you fine fans. But we do ask for your cooperation. Please, we're doing some video and some photography, so we need to keep this center aisle free, okay? So please, if you are exiting from the center aisle or any of these two other aisles onto the side of the center aisle, please duck down. Just duck down, get out of the way, or try to slide over to the side so that you're not interfering with the video footage. We know you fans are great. We know that you guys are the best fans in the world. So we're so excited you're here at Kansas City's Planet ComiCon. All right. I think you guys are you guys ready for our guest? Let me ask that again. Are you guys ready for our guest? All right, well, let's welcome him to the stage from Supernatural, Misha.
Hi, everyone. Oh, you sound like a kindergarten class. I would write my name on the chalkboard, but I don't have chalk or a chalkboard.
Hey, Professor Bradshaw.
Already talking smack? That took all of 30 seconds. It's very surreal to be back at a convention after all this time. It's amazing. I was just reflecting, in the photo ops, we have a plexiglass and a HEPA filter and a fan and someone who runs up and says, "Put your masks back on." No, he doesn't. He says, "Put your mask back on." And it occurs to me that in the good old days, the pre-pandemic days, people would come up into photo ops and they would be like, "All right, I want you to suck on my lollipop." And I'd be like, "Sure. And what else?" "Okay. Okay, and I want you to stick your tongue in my ear, and then I'm gonna stick my tongue in Jensen's ear." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So it's a little bit of a hygiene recalibration that's going on here. I do wonder over the years how many diseases have been transmitted in the photo ops by me. Okay, gross. Well, it's really kind of exciting to be here. We're in, we're in like supernatural territory here. This is the real deal. You people are probably mostly demons. Kind of exciting. You take off your masks and it's all like Leviathan teeth. Oh, that's why they're wearing masks. Okay, I'm gonna put the onus on you all to steer this conversation by asking questions. So if you can just create a stampede. Oh, he's like, no, don't encourage stampede. Opposite, we talked about this backstage. Hello, what's your name?
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry. I'm Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn.
With my husband Alex, my friend Lauren. You did the pregnancy reveal thing on Friday for us, because I'm currently 18 weeks pregnant. So with my daughter.
Congratulations.
It's been
misheard
a long time.
you briefly. I thought you said I got you pregnant. And I was like, oh, probably not the best place to share that information.
No. Anyway, so thank you so much for that, because yeah, it was fun to share on Facebook. Anyway, my mom and dad, we introduced them to Supernatural a couple years ago. They really wanted to be here specifically to see and meet you because they love your character and just how, unconditional love is the central theme to your character. They had a house fire like last week, so my mom was in the hospital with pneumonia and like all this stuff. So I just basically wanted to say that my Mama Kay loves you and just how uplifting you are. She has depression and like all this other stuff, and COVID's been really hard because she's so gregarious and she loves people and she hasn't been able to like hug anybody. So
This is super depressing.
I'm sorry.
Congratulations on the impending new little one.
Thank
That's
you.
very exciting, and I'm so sorry for your family for losing their home.
It's
Is the house gone?
No, it
Okay.
was just in the living room. If my dad didn't have an enlarged prostate and have to pee at 2 a.m., he wouldn't Those are his words. He wouldn't have seen the flames that were in the living room. It was an electrical fire, and they were taller than him, but it was a 4-foot square foot area. So luckily, he lost some records. She lost some coloring book stuff that she does. Anyway, so it wasn't a tremendous amount, but they're not in their home for the next couple of months. So
Right.
Anyway.
Well, it's not that often that people are like, oh, luckily I have an enlarged prostate. So I guess we can count that as a win.
That's the only time he's been thankful for his prostate, he said.
Yeah.
But other than that,
And I'm sure they're super excited for you to be sharing all of these things.
they're an open book. They literally tell everybody everything. My mom's known as the rainbow lady at the grocery store. She passes out rainbow stickers. She wears rainbow stuff. She just loves being happy.
Great.
Even though she has depression.
But she's depressed. Okay.
So I was just wondering, because her joy meter, I feel like has been up and down, this whole past year and a half. Do you have like specific tips or advice from your experience or from other people who's experienced, like when your joy meter is just like super low, that I can give to her?
Well, when my joy meter is low, when I'm feeling down, sometimes I start a small fire in the living room.
Yes. On fire.
I think it's been a hard 16, 18 months for the entire world. Some people have been hit much harder than others. Some people have lost loved ones. I've had a struggle myself in the last 18 months, and I am, for myself, I think I'm targeting a more even keel, so that the pendulum swings just aren't so
Horizon.
dramatic. But it's impossible. This is an axiom in Buddhism that it's impossible to avoid hardship, but it can be tempered by just not getting too wrapped up in it, you know?
Yeah.
That's a platitude and probably useless, but I'm gonna share it with you anyway.
That's great. She'll love it. Thank you so much.
Bye. Hello.
Hi, I'm Robin.
Hi, Robin.
I'm a children's librarian, and I was just wondering what some of your favorite books or poems are, and feel free to use this app as an opportunity for shameless self-promotion.
Oh, thank you for cheating that up. I am a big fan of shameless self-promotion, so thank you. I recently finished a poetry book. It's called Some Things I Still Can't Tell You. And that title is meant to be alluring, because it's like, wait, you can't tell us, but then is it in the book, what you can't tell us? And the answer is no. I'm just gonna spoil that right now. I love children's books that, oh, you know what I love? I love Oh, the Places You'll Go. Isn't that a lovely book? I have many copies of that book. I often give it away. What are your favorite children's books as a children's librarian? And what does that mean?
And what does that mean? I'm in youth services and education and engagement, and I do programming, I do story times, everything and anything. I love Dr. Seuss as well. I really like the middle grade books. I like the Graveyard book that I hope you read and enjoy with your children. It has a very good message. It's by Neil Gaiman, of just living life to the fullest in between life and death and finding your found family, kind of like Supernatural.
Oh, that's lovely. My son is into graphic novels, and he just had me read this graphic novel to him that's called Hyperbole and a Half,
Yes.
which is extremely adult and
It is.
about
It is.
there's a lot of profanity and long chapters on crippling depression and things like that, and he just thought it was great.
It's in the graphic novels.
I feel in some respects like this is a pretty good indicator that I'm raising a serial killer. And it's nice to see him blossoming early. I guess I'm raising two, actually, now that I mention it. We were lying in bed some time ago, Mason, West, and I was reading them bedtime stories, and I said to Mason, I don't want you, Mason and West, I said, I don't want you guys to ever grow up. I want you to be my little kids forever. And they were one in each armpit. And Mason said, no, I am gonna grow up. And I said, no, I don't want you to ever grow up. I want you to stay my little kid forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. She said, no, I am gonna grow up. And I said, no, I want you to stay my little kid forever and ever and ever. She said, no, I am gonna grow up. And then I'm gonna get old and I'm gonna die. Kind of killed the vibe.
Well, thank
Please
you.
sit down.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
My name's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I have a secret.
Oh, yeah.
I have not watched more than 5 minutes of Super.
What the fuck are you doing? This means you are an extremely bored individual.
No.
You are...
My amazing girlfriend is sitting right over there.
Okay.
Yeah, there she is, she's waving. And she's like, I could never ask a question, and I don't know what question I would ask. And I'm a very talkative person, so I was like, I'll ask a
Evidently.
question.
Yes.
And I just admire the fandom you've created. I've been in fandoms of my own, and it's just really cool to see.
Thank you for your kindness. What is the question that you're asking on behalf of someone else?
Do you have like a specific moment where you realized that like this show has impacted so many people's lives, and like I've really done something that's gonna last in the heart of a lot of people?
Oh, that almost sounded like you knew something about the show.
on the internet a lot.
Yeah. Be careful out there.
I know.
Well, interesting question. I remember watching the my first episode. They had it was the season premiere of season 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
No, right. Well, you know. And I was actually just proud that I remembered that just now. So they did a little back, in the first 6 or 7 seasons. They every season they did a little premiere watching party.
Thanks for explaining.
After that, they were like, all right, this thing is going to go on forever. We're not going to do any more parties. But in season 4, they were still doing it. It was my character's introduction to the show, and I was standing at this little party in this little office suite next to Sarah Campbell, who was an executive producer and writer on the show at the time, as you know.
Yes.
And
love her work.
and as my entrance started to unfold on screen, she sidled up to me and said, "Your life is about to change." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up." It's just a little guest spot on a stupid show that nobody watches. And
Clearly, no one watches.
well,
Like me.
you don't. And it was remarkable how right she was. My life did change. Now, I get to travel to Kansas City, which I never otherwise would have been able to do. But I went to a few conventions and I saw like this incredible, almost palpable creative energy in the fandom that was mostly manifested in giant needlepoint portraits of my face. And it occurred to me that like there was this burgeoning community here where people really wanted to participate and wanted to be not just consumers of this programming, but active participants in this community. And there was an earthquake in Haiti, and I had a friend who had done a bunch of work in Haiti and some contacts there, and it spurred this thought, like maybe we could take that needlepoint energy and laser point it collectively on trying to do something in Haiti. And we did. We built this really beautiful community center, children's center in Jacmel, which just survived another really big earthquake there without even cracks in the plaster. It was like so well built. But seeing how this fandom was able to coalesce around that mission so readily and with so much enthusiasm was that kind of aha moment that you, speaking as a proxy for someone else, are inquiring about. And I think it's been really an amazing, it's been an amazing community and an amazing resource to draw on to try to do a little bit of good out in the world as a group of basically misfits and weirdos.
Thank you. I'll check out your work.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
going to interrupt for a second. We understand that it was your birthday Friday. We have a birthday cake.
That's a birthday
That's
cake?
for you.
Thank you.
And everybody should sing happy birthday.
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Misha. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Still sound like a kindergarten class. Thank you very much. And I didn't get cake, I realized, on my birthday, so this is fantastic. Thank you. You were gonna do what? You were gonna share yours? but you chose not to. You brought it with you right now? It's upstairs. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you all for pooling your resources to get me that cupcake. Hello.
Hi. I've been watching the show since I was about 4. My babysitter has always told me about like the stories, and she says my first episode was in fact Lazarus Rising, which is your first episode.
And you were 4 years old?
I was 4. Yes, that is correct.
Are you a felon? That has to create lasting damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. Just a bit. A lot of emotional damage.
A lot of what?
No, emotional damage.
Come closer to the microphone. I can't quite. Come closer to the microphone.
I'm very nervous.
Well, come closer.
Anyways, like this close.
Yeah.
Is this better?
Yes.
This is better. Okay. I just wanted to say thank you for.
But not too close because there's a lot of COVID on the microphone.
I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of me, my brother Lucas and Vince. You give us so much hope for what the world could be, and all the work you've done to help change and make it a better and safer, happier place for everybody. So I'd like to thank you for that and for saving as many people as you did. It's much appreciated, and I would like to ask you what advice do you have for people who have anxiety and mental health who would like to help others as best they can but are too nervous to?
Don't watch scary horror TV shows when you're 4. Would be my first piece of advice.
I had an angel to protect me, so I wasn't worried about
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a psychologist or a therapist, although I do employ both. I think sometimes people who have suffered through challenges are the people who are best equipped to help others who are suffering with those things. So sometimes those hardships can actually be an asset when you want to be empathetic and compassionate in the world.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is really stupid. Like, everybody had these amazing questions.
Thank God.
I didn't want to ask you something that I thought you would get asked a lot.
Okay.
My question is, do you know why we can't wear white after Labor Day?
Wait, we can't wear white after Labor Day?
You're an angel. You're supposed to know this.
Well, here's one thing that I don't know. I can never, for the life of me, remember which one is Memorial Day and which one's Labor Day. And a very, very dear friend has been helping me work through this and keeps giving me mnemonic devices like there's an M in May. See, I knew there was an M in Memorial Day, but I couldn't remember the rest of it. So anyway, this is a big piece of news to me that I had no idea about. And Labor Day is the one that is coming.
Yes.
In 2 weeks. It's right around the corner. Well, I would say I don't have an answer for that question because it's autumn then, and you don't blend in with the leaves.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
Hi.
That's a creepy mask. What are you? Is that
It's a bear.
It's a bear. Oh, that's not creepy. That's just fine. I love it.
My name is Summer.
But you look sad because of your bear mask, and I can't tell what emotions you're really experiencing.
I'm really scared.
Okay. Well, then me making fun of your mask probably doesn't help. Okay.
My name is Summer, and
Hi, Summer.
I'm really anxious right now. Don't mind me.
You're doing great.
Thank you. My question is, I mean, I've been watching the show since I was like 12.
Since you were 12?
Yes.
That's a more respectable age to start.
At least I've watched the show.
Okay. Burn.
I suffer from a lot of mental illnesses, and you're a real inspiration for me, especially since Castiel is kind of my main thing I go for. I believe that Castiel is like my angel. It's not creepy or anything, don't worry about that. But my question is to Cass. Did you ever figure out why the babysitter kept on being spanked? The pizza man.
Can you repeat the question? What?
Did you ever figure out why the pizza man kept on spanking the babysitter's ass?
No. And I rewatched it many, many times.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, young man. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. Did we meet earlier? I feel like we did.
My mom got an autograph.
Yeah, and you were standing next to her. And I think she was trying to get you to talk to me.
Yes.
And you didn't want to. And now here you are, taking the bull by the horns. What's your name?
Robbie.
Hi, Robbie.
What was your favorite part about being on Supernatural?
It was really nice being employed. My favorite, I think, overarching favorite thing about working on that show, I don't know if I have a specific favorite, but we had a lot of fun while we were shooting. It was the studio that made the show was Warner Brothers, and I think that we probably, over the course of the show, with our laughing and our pranks and our antics, probably cost the studio $3 or $4 million in overtime, where we just could have gotten the days done so much quicker and so much, and the crew hated it, but we loved just having fun. So we did a lot of laughing, and that was probably my favorite thing about actually working on the show. And I think also the fandom that has evolved from the show, the community that has evolved around it has been very gratifying as well. And my very favorite thing is having had the opportunity to meet you.
Aww.
Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm also very nervous right now because you are one of my favorite characters.
Well, thank you, but not the favorite, huh?
Yeah, I'm a deep guy.
Yeah. Thank you for your candor here.
So this is another stupid question, which I think you'll appreciate. Out of all the 12 years that you have done Supernatural, what was your favorite blooper?
Favorite blooper?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, it's hard to say. There were times that were very challenging to film on Supernatural for various different environmental reasons that were beyond my control. I'll give you a for instance. There was an episode called My Bloody Valentine. I don't know how my brain just recalled that. And in the episode, Sam, Dean, and Cass go into a morgue, and there are organs sitting on the table. And Castiel, Sam and Dean are already standing around this table, and then Castiel approaches the table and says something, you know, like Castiel does, like, and we're shooting the scene, and I come in and I go, and Jarrett had picked up, the camera's on me at this point, not on Jarrett or Jensen, and he had picked up a broomstick and was fondling my testicles under the table with the tip of the broomstick. And it was a somber scene. So the acting choice that I was making, which was to giggle and laugh, didn't really feel like it fit. So then we did another take. The director is, of course, in the other room and doesn't see the broomstick and doesn't understand why I'm laughing and just thinks I'm screwing up the scene. So we come in again, Jared does the little thing again, I laugh again, we come in, I do it again, and this time I'm like this at the table, backing away, out of reach, but then Jared is making ridiculous faces at me, and I laugh again. And Jensen says, Misha, why are you even looking at him? Just don't look at him, look at me. I was like, thank you, there's an adult in the room. And so we do another take, and at this point, the director's like literally in the other room watching on the monitors, like, Misha, come on, get it together. Sorry, so come in, I go, and I look at Jensen, and Jensen goes, so that was the environment, the work environment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Lindsay. First, I just wanted to
Hi.
thank you. I've also been watching the show since I was probably 14, so maybe a better age, even still.
Yes.
And you are my favorite character. So
Thank you.
there you go. I hear that you know how to do Tibetan throat singing. So my question for you is, how did you figure out how to do that? And can you please demonstrate that for us?
I honestly don't know if I can do it. It takes some warming up, and it sounds like a goat is being slaughtered when I do. And I learned, I was able to log the hours necessary to learn that because I was extremely bored when I was in college. And just bound and determined to figure it out. For some reason, I was at this music store that had 4 Tibetan monks that were like sitting there doing this Tibetan throat singing. And I was like, that's so cool. Let me try that. And I was like, ah. And for some reason, I was just bound and determined to figure it out. So I did, and now I can do that and sound like a didgeridoo.
Thank you for learning it.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for
Good.
asking.
I'm Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Hi. I was just curious what your future endeavors are going to be. You've got the podcast right now, and with the poem book and everything else, do you have any future endeavors coming about?
I have no future, but thank you for inquiring. I think I'm going to be doing a travel food show
Awesome.
with PBS. The current
Ooh.
plan is to start shooting in like a week, so really
Wow.
soon. And I'm a little nervous and excited about it because it's quite
Me too.
free form. You're nervous?
Right now,
Okay.
I'm sweating like a pig.
Is it related to my travel food show?
A little bit of
Like,
everything.
please, Misha, don't do that. It's going to be a train wreck. So I think the closest analog I can think of to the content is sort of like Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown, but it's going to be based just in the U.S. And I think part of what excites me about it is just exploring parts of the country that I wouldn't otherwise see, but also subcultures and cultures and communities that I wouldn't otherwise like that a rich white college educated guy wouldn't normally be introduced to. So
Right.
it's sort of part ethnography, part just like trying to literally sit down and break bread with people that you wouldn't otherwise, that I wouldn't otherwise get to know.
Right.
And bringing along with me the public television audience, which is, I don't know if you know what public television is, but it's for people who are over 90.
I have the antenna.
So, yeah,
Well,
that's the demo.
I've tried a couple of your recipes. And
You tried some recipes?
Yes, that you had done the double baked Gruyere cheese souffles.
Oh, how'd that come out?
It
for
came
you?
out great. I actually
Really?
sent you a picture on Instagram for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it came out really good.
I'll look for that. It'll take me about 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can imagine. But no, it was fun doing that. As a couple of the recipes, and the one-armed chef, I follow him too.
He's pretty great.
Yeah.
I saw his picture on Instagram and I was like, I have to try that. And then I tried it and mine didn't look as good as his, but.
Well, that was the reason I tried
And
mine.
then you were like, well, maybe I can look better than Misha.
I tried.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Ro, by the way.
Ro?
Yeah, R-O-W.
Hi, Ro.
I'm sorry, I'm like shaking, I'm so nervous.
Maybe it's that spot.
I think you're right. First off, not to be a downer, but I just want to say that you are probably one of the main reasons I'm still here today. I'm really sorry, I'm not trying to be a downer, but I regret it if I didn't let you know that I'm sure you know, but like you have such an impact on so many people. And you're also the reason why I came out this year. And I came out as bi and gender fluid, and I just want to say that like I don't think I could if it wasn't for you and the show and the cast members. And also, what kind of advice do you have someone kind of realizing things so later in their life, like, and trying to like just get their, feet on the ground again with like being a totally different person than I thought I would turn out to be?
Are you discovering things about yourself?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a great thing to be doing as a grown-up. I think one of the saddest things that can happen to people is just becoming, just accepting mediocrity, sucking it up and just slogging along and not trying to change when things aren't working. So, congratulations on
Thank
doing
you.
that.
And thank you again so much.
Thank you for your kind words. Hi.
Hi, I'm Avery.
Hi, Avery.
Hi, and mine sort of goes along with the last person's in a way, but I actually met you at a convention like 6 years ago, and like there's been so much that's happened. I was in a really dark place at the time, and now I'm kind of in a spot where it's like, wait, I'm still here, now what? And so it's like, I know I want to keep going. The question is, back then I didn't know if I would still be here. And so I've like gone through a number of different, oh, I might want to do this career, oh, I might want to do this career. And I guess my question is, what sort of advice do you have towards people who are at that place now where it's like, I didn't expect I was going to be here, now what?
Well, I think it's hilarious that you're asking me this question because I'm in exactly the same point in my life. I mean, I happen to be doing a couple of projects right now, but they're not career-long projects. They're short, and I'm at a very transitional point in my life where there's lots of change, and I'm asking people the same question that you're asking me, and it's a challenging thing, but it's also, I don't know, I guess similar to the last question. I do think that noticing that you want change and focusing on the question of where you want to go is really valuable. I did read this book that I quite liked called Designing Your Life, that's about really making these decisions, and it was it's sort of based on the premise. It's written by these two Apple engineers who are also Stanford professors, but their starting premise is, we spend $100 million developing the next generation of AirPods at Apple, but most people don't spend 2 weeks designing the next chapter of their life. We all just get swept up in the stream of life and don't actually make conscious decisions about where we're going next. So I found that quite inspiring. And then I first read that book a year ago, and I've made absolutely no headway in the intervening 12 months. So I'm not going to say it's useful as a book, but it's a nice idea.
Well, to be fair, we were all kind of on hold because of the pandemic, so there's that.
Sure, right. Let's blame it on the pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I get to swap out too? Where's my backup?
There's no one more you than you.
There's no one more me than me? That's totally not true. I see another young person here. Hello. I mean, either young or very short. Hi, what's your name?
Jackson?
Jensen?
No,
Jackson. Hi, nice to meet you. Hi.
You've been my favorite since you came on the show, and
You weren't born when I came on the show.
well, since I was born.
Okay.
And I was just wondering, what was your favorite part about playing Cass?
My favorite part about playing Cass? I think I liked how Cass changed all the time. You know, we just got to do a lot of different things on that show, and so it always felt like there was a new version of Castiel, like the crazy Castiel, or the Castiel that was naked and covered in bees, and Lucifer Cass, and things like that. So it was all fun. Yeah. I also liked that he had superpowers, and he could time travel, and that he could, I mean, they took those away from me fairly early on. It's like, you don't get your powers anymore. Thanks a lot. There were so many instances on Supernatural where it would be like, we're, in the scene and there's a big door that we have to somehow break down, and we're banging on it and pounding on it and trying to break the door down, and everyone on set is like, why doesn't Castiel just use his powers to blow the door off the hinges? And we're like, I don't know, we're just not doing that anymore. It used to be like Castiel would go like this, and the whole wall would explode. And in his late middle age, Castiel would show up and be like, we used to always say, I would be like, I don't understand why, and the first AD would say, Misha, stop. Don't pull the thread. None of this makes any sense. Yeah, it was fun. We got to do stunts. We got to play fights. That was fun. There was a time where Castiel was in the kitchen of his house, and Sam, whatever, who cares? Was, I think, possessed by some that evil character, and don't remember. And he comes around, and I'm gonna punch him in the face, right? And he just falls down. But we're doing this sort of like 1970s kind of grinder film, like you know what I mean, style shot where I'm actually punching right at the lens of the camera, and then we just see Sam fall down, and so Sam walks into the room, and everybody, the director, and actually Jensen was also sitting next to the camera as well, sitting next to the director while watching the monitor of what the screen was seeing, the camera was seeing, and I do my punch right into the lens, and everyone, the director and first AD and the cameraman and Jensen, they all start laughing. And Jensen comes in, he said, "That was hilarious. That was a good one." And I was like, "What?" And he said, "Oh, you weren't kidding?" And apparently, as possessed evil Sam is approaching me, and I do my punch into the camera, what I had done was this. And then they took away all my fight scenes after that. But you didn't ask about that. Anything else you want to talk about? Okay, take care.
Hi, my name is Micah.
Hi, Micah.
And so I'm from Southwest Missouri, so I really appreciate you giving representation to Carthage, Missouri, well, the show, and parts of Kansas and stuff like that. So it's just like, when I was first watching the show and I saw Carthage, Missouri listed, which is a town I travel through a lot. I don't exactly live in that town, but I travel through it. I was like, yay! Even though this is filmed in Vancouver.
Yeah. Early on with the show, I thought we talked a lot about, representation and wanting to make sure specifically that Carthage, Kansas.
Carthage, Missouri.
Missouri, whatever.
Anyways, because I know there was like a big fight, that everybody, famous fight in Carthage, Missouri. And that,
I almost got pelted by tomatoes just now.
But now that you're going to be doing your food show,
right?
I was going to give you a suggestion for an interesting food place that you should travel to.
Okay.
So in Pittsburgh, Kansas, they have Chicken Mary's and Chicken Annie's, which are two rival chicken places based off of a set of sisters who tried to make chicken in the early 1900s and sold that chicken to minors. So it's a huge rivalry.
Selling chicken to minors? That's the scandal.
The other kind of minors. Lead and stuff.
Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So I was just going to give that suggestion to you to...
I'm not doing anything creepy with chicken and minors.
And you should also visit Carthage, Missouri and see the courthouse and just travel. I take Jensen and
The other one.
The other one. And actually visit some of those towns that, Super Metro mentions in their show.
Yep.
And also, how did the writers
just point out one really a ridiculous inconsistency in the show? First of all, the Midwest is huge.
Yes.
Right? And they're always just hopping in the car.
Yeah, it's gonna take.
We're gonna go to Carthage, whatever state, and we're going to, and it's gonna, it's a 3-day drive. And they're in a 1967 Impala. First of all, the fuel economy is horrible. The carbon footprint of those fuckers, So it's awful.
Did you
But
ever?
also, a 1967, but that's a 50-year-old vehicle, right? It's not going to make it on like a 3-day drive. It's simply not going to happen. They should have a Honda Civic. Right?
So in the
What?
show,
A Corolla? Okay, well, the Toyota reps are here. Taking issue with my...
so in the show, did you ever?
You're just not going to miss a beat, are you? You're just forging on. In the show, did I ever... What?
Did you ever find out why the writers picked the cities that they did? Did they just throw a dart at the United States map and like, we're going to Kansas?
No. Never found out.
Anyways, I appreciated that.
But I know that the show creator Eric Kripke is from Ohio, and he did like sort of heartland America. He wanted that to be sort of the cornerstone of the geography of the show, and he had the authority to do that because he was the executive producer and showrunner and writer. So he could just go ahead and say, we're going to do Carthage,
Missouri.
But I think that he wanted to encapsulate, I think, like the quintessential heartland America in the show, which is part of its appeal. I think, it's not a show about the coastal elites so much, and the boys never ventured to Hawaii, and they went to Canada once, and we were in the Midwest all the time, and yet the show was completely covered in moss and huge pine trees.
Yes. Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. You're doing some weird gesture with your watch. You're showing off that you have a watch. That's not a watch. It's a bracelet. You're tapping your bracelet. You have a shiny bracelet. This seems to me that you are trying to convey that it is time for me to wrap it up. We have wasted enough of your time, and I will take one more question, hopefully the best question.
I hope so. Hi, Misha.
Hi.
I'm Autumn.
Hi, Autumn.
And this is kind of a question for Castiel. If
Okay.
Castiel were to ever write an autobiography, what would it be entitled?
Some things I still can't tell you. More shameless self-promotion. No, it would be called The Humans Who Broke Me.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Cats, bees, and Dean. Yeah, and Dean. There you go. It would be called For Love.
Aww.
I would keep riffing on this forever, but I see that people are already leaving. So I bid you adieu. Thank you so much. Thank you.